is cantering to jump number 6 up the hill. And the reason is because if you really don't set your pace early and get a good swing of canter to the Taylor Harris vertical, it's hard to gallop up the hill in 10. I think that's one of the hardest jumps, and that's why. I think the other jump that's very difficult to jump well is the into the in and out, because it's a downhill 3-foot vertical, and these horses have been jumping and galloping all these. It's the second to the last jump, actually. It's actually on the course. It is 10A, 10, 11, 10 and 11. There are 12 jumps on this round. So the balance down to that vertical, which isn't much, is also a very difficult jump. And the reason being is that it's downhill.
How sweet it is.
Next in the order, thank you for the question, by the way, and keep them coming. Keep the questions coming. It only helps us all have a conversation. Next in the order is number 19, How Sweet It Is. This is Sierra Gessler from Reno, Nevada. Owner rider. Rides with Wendy Brownlee, who we've seen on course a couple of times today. She was qualified for large junior hunter finals, as well as the CPHA Foundation and Jumping Seat Medal finals. This is their first Derby together. And they placed very high in the junior amateur. I guess this might be their second Derby or so. Placed very high in the junior amateur Derby at the Circle Oaks Equine event. We saw this horse have the hind rail. I want to comment that as it cantered by us, it also had a little bit of a hard time staying straight. So as it got there, she was still straightening it and just dropped its hind end and had the hind rail at the high option. This is different than the USHJ Derbies, because if a jump is jumped and not down or not jump well, then the 1 point will not count. We also saw, again, the same conversation about the horse galloping and being a little bit hard to contain. We saw that down to the Platt horse Red Barn jump. We saw the horse, you could see possibly, especially from our camera angle, the swapping of leads left and right. And that'll be reflected in the judges' scoring. It relates to straightness more than swapping. The swapping is a lack of straightness and collection. The swap itself, if the horse stays straight, is something to be noted, but not necessarily a major deduction on every level. But if the horse is going left and right, it's definitely a little bit more of a major fault. I think this rider got lost, as we could see. She really didn't make a turn to the last jump, and that's just a concentration error. She knew she had the rail already. Had she not had the rail, that really would have been too bad. But that's learning as well. Earlier today, we saw a rider jump the wrong first jump. So, you know, it's part of the learning experience. It's part of the learning experience and part of what will be gained from coming to the Franktown Meadows Derby.
I'm sorry, 39 score.